For some reason, tonight's video, I wanted it to be about Florida Man. Now, it didn't have to be necessarily paranormal or cryptid adjacent or even about anything weird. Just a Florida man holding an alligator, walking naked through a parking lot high on bath salts. Garden variety stuff. Just something quick, kind of funny and entertaining and strange. But I ended up, through my quick Google search, finding a mildly interesting possible Bigfoot sighting from 1984. So, and it happens to be off the Manatee River near Ruskin, Florida. So this is just Florida manatee content. I'll work on that. Anyway, 1984, off the Florida Manatee River, near Ruskin, Florida. 9-year-old goes camping with a friend. They're out there in the woods. First night, they hear screams up and down the river, and so they get in a boat with the dad. They go investigate. Didn't see anything. Didn't discover anything, and which is par for the course for a good Bigfoot story about not seeing or hearing anything, which is something we're not allowed to talk about. I digress. Night 2, however, the main witness of the story, I don't know their gender, we'll call them they for specific reasons, and wakes up to what can only be described as a foul odor. She says in the report, god-awful odor that woke them up, and she can only think that it's a skunk went through the camp, which naturally. But they flipped on a flashlight in time to see a large creature covered in black or brown hair running through the palm leaves. And it didn't say anything about not being a bear, but I know how bears run. They kind of do this weird gallop dog thing, and they don't run back. When they don't get on their hind legs and run away. So it's very interesting. Let me know what you think about this one. It's 1061 BFRO report, BFRO.net. Very quick, but it is a Class A because it did see something. So I love a good Class A because you never know. And you really want to think, she saw a bear. That's all she saw. But the odor is what, the skunk ape. That's what a skunk ape's known for, is they're skunky and looking like an ape. So, two and two together. I think it's a very interesting story. Check it out. Tell me what you think. Hit the like, comment, subscribe button, and check out my other skits. I've been putting out some funny stuff lately to supplement not putting out as many podcast episodes. I'm building a studio. I'm rebooting the podcast, and it's going to come back in the fall or soon, better than ever, and none of this mom's basement crap. This is the real deal. Like, comment, subscribe, folks. See you tomorrow or in a couple of days. Peace.